Hi guys, welcome to Medhansh Story House. Daddy, what is today's story about?
Today's story. Let me start. Once upon a time, three friends, Medhansh, Adan, and Rayansh, were sitting together in their classroom when their class teacher walked in with a big smile. Good morning, children. Are you ready for the annual picnic? The whole class erupted with excitement. Yes, sir, they shouted, clapping and cheering. The teacher smiled and handed out a white envelope to each student. You all have 30 minutes to open your envelope. Read carefully and submit your choice to me. The kids quickly tore open their envelopes. Inside, there was a sheet of paper that read, select the option from below. First option, where dreams turns into movies. Second, India's Space Launch Station. Third, where the Iron Man stands tall. The boys looked at each other, puzzled. But then Medhansh noticed something else. A section below titled Facts. He began to read aloud. Ramoji Film City, where dreams turn into movies. Built by Ramoji Rao in 1996, is the largest film studio complex in the world. Medhan's eyes lit up. I have been there. It's amazing. His friends turned toward him, eager to listen as he began to tell his story. It was a bright Sunday morning when my dad suddenly said, let's go somewhere magical today. I didn't know what he meant until our bus passed through huge golden gates that said, welcome to Ramoji Film City. I looked out the window and my jaw dropped. There were castles, trains, airplanes, gardens, all inside one city. As we drove in, my dad pointed to a giant billboard with a picture of a kind, smiling man. He said, this is Ramoji Rao, the man who dreamed of building a city where any movie in the world could come alive. He began his dream in 1991 and turned it into reality by 1996. A masterpiece that took 4 years of imagination, effort, and passion to build. And 20 years later, in 2016, me with my father walked through the same magical gates, witnessing the dream that had once existed only in Ramoji Rao's mind. Can you believe it? It is spread over 2,000 acres. That's like more than 1,500 football fields. He wanted a place where directors could film anything from snowy mountains to desert scenes, all without leaving Hyderabad. As we explored, I felt like I had stepped inside a movie myself. Suddenly, a director shouted, action! And boom! Everyone on the set started running. Cars speed up. Actors shouted. Lights flashed. It all looked so real. But it was all acting. I just stood there, frozen, completely amazed. At the end of the tour, we reached a beautiful golden board that read Ramoji Film City, recognized by Guinness World Records as the largest film studio complex in the world. As our car drove away, I looked back and said, goodbye, Ramoji Film City. One day I will be back, not as a visitor, but as an actor. And Dad said, and when that day comes, I will be right beside you, watching all your movies with you together. The classroom felt silent for a moment, everyone listening with wide eyes. Finally, Adan smiled and said, that's it. I'm choosing option one. Ryan's laughed. Me too. Let's go where dreams become movies. Meanwhile, when Adan read the fact, he realized that he too visited the place with his father. Adan read Sriharikota, India's Space Launch Station, located in Andhra Pradesh, home to Satish Dhawan Space Center. Adan started. I couldn't believe when my father said, how about we visit the place where India's rockets are launched into space? I couldn't believe my ears. I asked my dad, you mean where real rockets take off? Dad smiled and said, yes, it's called the Satish Dhawan Space Center in a place named Sriharikota. I was so excited that I packed my telescope, notebook, and favorite rocket toy before we even left. We drove for hours, crossing fields, bridges, and small towns until we reached a long island between the Pulicat Lake and the Bay of Bengal. Dad pointed ahead and said, that's Sriharikota, the place from where India's dreams touch the stars. My father explained that every time India sends a satellite into an orbit or a mission to the moon or Mars, the rocket takes from here. I couldn't believe it. The same place where the famous Chandrayaan mission started? Dad whispered. Yes, this is where India's scientists make history. Inside the visitor center, I saw rocket models, space capsules, and even a control room replica filled with blinking lights. My father showed me the models of rockets, PSLV and GSLV. He said, the PSLV is India's workhorse rocket, strong, reliable, and trusted to carry satellites for many countries. I felt proud knowing that India helps other countries to launch their satellites too. Then came the most exciting part, watching a real rocket launch rehearsal video. The sound of the engines, the countdown 10, 9, 8, and then ignition. The rocket blasted off, flames shooting out, climbing higher and higher into the blue sky. Before we left, Dad read a board that said, from Sriharikota, India has launched over 100 missions into space, proving that even the sky is not the limit. As our car drove away, I looked back at the tall launch pad and said softly, goodbye, Sriharikota. One day I will be back, not as a visitor, but as a scientist. And Dad said, I will be the proudest father on earth watching from below. Rayansh could not wait to read the fact for third option, and he was surprised to know that he had visited that place. Statue of Unity, where the Iron Man stands tall. It is the tallest statue in the world, standing 182 meters high on the banks of Narmada River. Ryans continued. When Dad told me we were going to see a statue taller than a 50-story building, I could not believe it. A statue that big? Really, Dad? He smiled. Yes, Ryans, it's 182 meters tall, taller than the Statue of Liberty. It's a monument built by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in honor of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the great leader known as the Iron Man of India, who helped unite all the states of our country after independence. We started our journey early in the morning, driving along the Narmada River. After a few hours, I saw something unbelievable rising from the horizon. Two giant legs, then broad shoulders, and a calm, proud face made of bronze shining under the sun. That's him, Dad said. Sardar Patel, the man who united India. This statue was built in 2018 by more than 3,000 workers and 300 engineers. Dad added. Sardar Patel brought together more than 560 princely states to form one India. That's why he is called the Iron Man. I could not believe what I had just heard. I turned to my father and asked softly, Dad, did you really say 560 states? My father smiled. Not states as we know them today, Rayansh. It was 560 princely states. Each had its own rule, its own flag, even its own army, and Sardar Patel brought them all together to create one India. After India gained independence in 1947, the country was not a single unified nation. It was fragmented land made up of more than 560 princely states, each governed by a king or local ruler. These princely states were not automatically part of India. They had the option to join India or remain independent. As India's first deputy prime minister and home minister, Sardar Patel led the integration mission. His determination, strength of will, and unwavering commitment to national unity earned him the title, the Iron Man of India. We went inside the statue using a high speed elevator that took us up to the chest level, more than 400 feet high. From the viewing gallery, I could see the Narmada River, the Sardar Sarovar Dam, and green hills all around. After coming down, we visited the Valley of Flowers, a colorful garden filled with thousands of flowers in every color you can imagine. There were also exhibits showing how the statue was built and a museum that told stories of Sardar Patel's life. I loved learning that he once worked as a lawyer but gave it all up to fight for India's freedom. His courage made people believe that India could truly be one. As the sun began to set, the bronze statue turned golden in the light. I told Dad, this statue doesn't just show strength, it shows what happened when people work together. He nodded and said, yes, Rayansh, real strength isn't in muscles or metal, it's in unity, in standing together for what's right. As the bell rang, the classroom filled with applause. The teacher smiled proudly and said, today, you didn't just choose a picnic spot, you discovered the soul of India. Seeing their excitement and the spark in every child's eye, the principal stepped forward and announced, from today onward, our school will have a special heritage period. This special period will not just teach history, it will build the future. It will help you dream like a filmmaker, think like a scientist, feel pride like a soldier. They now understood that greatness is not born in one moment, it is shared, learned, and passed on.